Hello, my name is Sophia, and welcome back to the Mind Palace. Now, a big reason why I decided to name this channel the Mind Palace was because I've come to understand that the mind truly is the control center for your life. And if you can make your mind a palace, then your outer world will reflect that as well. But how does this actually work? How is it that our mind influences the events and circumstances that happen in our life? And how can we use our minds constructively to obtain the things that we want in life? These are the questions I'm going to be answering today. So the first thing to understand is that your mind is comprised of two separate entities, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Now, if your mind is a computer, then the conscious mind is all the hardware. It's the physical stuff that you can see. That means the keyboard, where you can input data, which represents your ability to see, hear, touch, taste, smell. And then there's also the screen, which represents the screen of your mind, where you're able to have thoughts and perceptions about the world. Your conscious mind is your thinking mind. It's where you're able to reason and make decisions and also make judgments and assumptions. Now, your subconscious mind operates completely differently than the conscious mind. This is like the software of the computer. This is the stuff that you can't see. It's the program or the code that's taking the inputs, processing it and dumping out an output. Unlike the conscious mind, the subconscious mind has no agenda. It doesn't judge, it knows no limits, and it must accept all the inputs it is given as true and process it and produce an output based on the programming that's in place. Why do we care about this? Well, the subconscious mind directs 95% of your actions and reactions. This is where all the magic happens. But we have no idea what the heck is going on in there. So the real question we have to begin asking ourselves is, what programs are we running? We're all programmed, no exceptions, from the moment that we're born. Now, until about the age of 7, your conscious mind is not fully developed. That means that your totally subjective subconscious is just wide open to the things happening around you. As you get older and your conscious mind develops, you start to have an ability to choose what you're going to accept as true. But understand that before this age, you don't have that ability. Everything that's happening just goes right into your subconscious and the internal programming starts to develop. This is why our childhood has such a profound impact on the person that we become. And as we continue through life, shit happens. And some of these experiences carry such a high emotional impact that they rewrite our programming even more. When we develop ideas about people and society and money and relationships and all of this data, all of these filters are stored in our subconscious mind. Now, in previous videos, we've talked extensively about how everything already exists. So why can't we experience this everything? Well, it's because of the filters of our subconscious mind. We walk through life seeing the outputs. All of the opportunities and possibilities are there, but then they go through this extremely rigorous filtering process that is your internal programming, and all we see are the outputs. And this is why we have such a limited view of reality. We are seeing the world through filters. Now, the good news is, the same way that the subconscious programming can have an effect on our conscious thoughts, our conscious thoughts can also have an effect on our subconscious programming. The most important thing you can understand about your subconscious mind is that it is not limited to the same constraints as your conscious mind. The subconscious does not know the difference between what we perceive to be real with our eyes and our senses versus what we only see in imagination. Your subconscious mind has the answer to any question you could ever ask it, and it is your means of communicating with the higher intelligence that guides all things in nature. And this is why we don't need to know the how of our goals. Because once we make a decision about our outer world and we hold that idea consistently in our conscious mind, we're telling our subconscious that that is what is real. And eventually we start to feel like that's real. And when we start to feel like it's real, that's how you know that the message has reached the subconscious. That's how you know that the programming is starting to change. The filters are being lifted. And we start to be able to see possibilities and opportunities that we couldn't before. You're then able to receive insights and ideas about how to move towards your goal, and you'll be inspired to act. This is the process of how we become the things we want to attract in order to receive them. Using your mind constructively means being deliberate about the thoughts that you let into your conscious, because you understand that it is directing the internal programming of your life, and therefore what you experience. Your subconscious mind knows no limits. So once you give it a command consistently and repeatedly, you are connecting to a power that's way beyond you. And this is how we work with the universe to bring things that we can only experience in imagination into the physical world. Thank you so much for watching, and this is your reminder to enjoy every precious moment. For more videos like this one, follow @themindpalace.ca on Instagram, like @themindpalace.ca on Facebook, and subscribe to the Mind Palace channel on YouTube.